Ghost Racing Network now has merch. Go to grnmerch.com to browse our selections from stickers to custom-made by request hoodies and shirts. If you've ever wanted to support Ghost Racing Network outside of YouTube, here's your chance. Ghost Racing Network, for the scary side of iRacing. Welcome to Watkins Glen International Raceway here today for the Racecult Cup Series. Drivers are currently in their qualifying. They have about a minute left at this point. 10-minute qualifying because it is a road course. Road courses are hard. They are very, very difficult. If you can drive a road course, you have my respect. I can't drive them great. I'm trying to get better at them. Just running some other series on iRacing. I'll tell you one thing though, don't run the 86s. I think a microwave might have more power than those cars. I mean, that is literally the slowest car I think I've ever driven on a track ever. So don't do that at all. And I just got a message from Rod to go live. I made that mistake of not going live one race. I actually called the whole race. It wasn't even live the whole entire time. Didn't feel too bright after I realized it. Felt really stupid. So don't do that. Whenever you start streaming, make sure you are live 100%. I should have my replay fixed. Somebody actually fixed that for me. They sent me the file for it, actually. They resized it for me. Didn't have to do anything, which I thought I would. Surprised they did that and didn't ask for anything from that. But they have gotten done with their qualifying. We'll pull up the qualifying results right now. So first is Matt Rodilioso, second Scott Patton, third Rod Minton, fourth Michael Miltfelt, fifth Charlie Widener, sixth Justin Blackburn, seventh Jack Watts, eighth Bill Paradise, ninth Patrick Blundell, and 10th Riley Weaver. I do want to see this 24th paint scheme though. Oh my, it's an anime paint scheme. Dress Up Darling. It's Marie Kidigawa on the side. Who is that in the hood? Yeah, you're gonna see me be a little bit of a nerd here. That's a VTuber on the front of that car. Don't know who it is. My man has some taste. I'll give him that. Didn't expect to see any anime paint schemes in this race, but we do see them. So give them one more paint refresh. I've had to disable my trading paints a certain way because it's actually messing with one of my other games that I play. Makes me unable to move to the right when I'm crouched. Found that out when I was playing it, and I was like, I bet it's this that's causing it, and it was, so. Who is that on that side? I'm not sure what that side is. We're going to spend a lot of time trying to figure this out. Who is... I'm pretty sure it has a name right there. I can't see it completely though, but I think that is a VTuber. What y'all don't know what that is. If y'all don't know what that is, that's a virtual reality person. Like their character was created, and basically the movements they make in real life matches up with that character, so it's replicated the exact same, which is pretty cool to think of. See, Jack Watts, he joined the race, but he didn't grid. I believe I may need to make iRacing a little bit louder for you all. I was listening to it on the stream, and it wasn't as loud as I thought it was. Again, this league is sponsored by Macket. So if y'all are looking for kind of base paint schemes, it's weird what they do. So they give you a template of the paint scheme, and you can adjust it however you want. It's really cool to see. I actually have one of their paint schemes that I bought the template for. Basically, iRacing gives you templates. They're not very good. SimRat Market will give you a template. It's like $10. I think there's a code called Racecult that you can use. I can't remember how much off it is, but you do get some money off for that. Have a lot of the cars in iRacing. They're still expanding, getting more cars, making more paint schemes for them, but they're pretty nice to see. But pace car will pull off here 40 laps here at Watkins Glen International Raceway. As green flag is in the air, we are underway here. Kind of see right now the 24 is slowly pulling away. He has almost a second lead on Scott. Do expect to see, though, some guys, they can get in really deep in the corners. Really, that the drive off is what I see tends to happen. These guys really abuse their tires on the exit, and that's hard on these cars. Once these tires slip, it's not a fun car to deal with. They get really, really, really loose, and it's on from there. Pretty hard to cool them down, especially since you're having to drive like that. I did see somebody blow the bus stop. I believe that was the 84. Yeah, it was Riley Weaver who blew the bus stop. Another Lowe's paint scheme that I don't think has ever been ran. That's a paint scheme that he made himself. Looks like it's pretty nice. And there goes 84 around. He saves it, though. Wow, that's... I thought he was going to go around. The 10 and the 95 are pretty close with each other. Road courses are hard. I'll give it. If you can run a road course, you have my respect. I mean, I'm not bad at them. Well, I'm definitely not great at them, but I'm trying to get better at them. They're hard to run. Very hard to run. Looks like 84 just took, sorry, who was that? 95 just took a spot from the 10 there. Looking at lap times, Matt's about a second faster right now. You can see it, 2-second lead, 3 laps into the race. I wonder if he did put that on the car or not, because he had to put that on the car. I'm gonna ask him if he put those on the car, because there's no way that was already on there. As Jonathan, hello there. Just saw your, or I saw it earlier. I just wasn't able to respond. So 84 is gonna look inside. But he'll get in the braking zone pretty even with the 5.56. Looks like he'll get a kind of a weird entry though. A decent exit. Almost spins the tires coming out. Up to the S's right here is what they're going through. If you miss like one corner of this, your whole S's is gone. I mean, this is a very technical part of the track. You have to hit it correct. If you don't, well, you're going to be struggling there. Really struggling. Keep on wanting to say 555 when I see that paint scheme, but I realize I can't say that. If y'all don't know what that is, that's Colin McRae's number. He used to run with Subaru. It was State Express 555. Like Jack Watts, he must have gridded and not came in. I'm still not seeing him in the race. There has been a recruitment race. I don't know why I have this here. That's what that is. I don't know why I got a notification for it. I like the color blue, so that paint scheme is actually really, really nice. I'm a dark blue person. I don't like the baby blue, like light blue or navy blue. I don't like that. I like the darker color blue, like maybe what the 556 has. That's blue, but kind of like a dull blue. I don't like the ISR ones like this. That's not a bad blue, but not the blue that I like. I like the blue that's on his car. So I'm slide a little bit coming out of that corner, just a tad. Rear started to step out. He kept in it though, and he was able to drive off with it. As Weaver, oh, he's down pit road. He's actually hit the wall at one point. Might have broke his steering. He loops it. No, he hit it earlier. He's hit it somewhere else. Where did he hit it? Right here off the, this is the carousel. As it step out, gets loose, into the wall it goes, and it probably broke the steering at that point. See him come down into this turn. It's probably broken it, so he can't even turn at this point. Yeah, it towed into the left. He loops it around. He has to come down pit road. That tail link's probably just destroyed on that car. You want to go on board here? I think I can actually show. Yeah, I can show what gear he's in here. So we'll do that for a lap around here with Matt. just so y'all can see what kind of gear he's riding around in. So we'll start that right now with him. On board there a little bit with Matt, just so you can see what his gear shifting looks like. He's got a 3.5 second lead. He's definitely got these other guys. However, kind of Scott's been able to somewhat stay with him. I would say at this point he's not completely stretching it out over him yet. So we might have a little bit of a chance for a race here as the run goes on. These tires could get worn out. Those tires get worn out, then it's then it gets interesting. That's what I was going to look for. See, it's an Asus. It was an Asus Air Force. I don't know what the other one is on the side. Emax, maybe? I use Asus stuff. I have a Asus motherboard, graphics card. My main PC and my PC downstairs, that's where I always have an Asus graphics card, MSI motherboard. One's AMD and one is Intel, so Didn't mess with AMD stuff um, for a while, actually. I never had anything AMD. Well, I had a laptop that was AMD, but I didn't do that until I had to go to college, and I bought Asus gaming laptop. I like it. Just looking at the 10 here right now, trying to work his way up. That gap is still growing a little bit now. Just looking at Matt and Scott, keeps growing some. As I'm thinking about, I keep on getting a notification for Lethal Company. I keep seeing a lot of people playing that game, and I'm thinking about honestly playing it now. Don't have it, but I might get it. I don't know. I've thought about it, but kind of iffy on it. These guys are so spaced out from each other, it's really hard to find any action that's going on. Lessons in meme culture. That is not something I expected to see on YouTube. That's interesting to see. See Rod, he's running 13 seconds. And the thing is, like, they're not far off. Like, it's a second, but a second at road courses is a lot. And you can make up probably 2 to 3 seconds on a road course. It just depends on how aggressive you get into the corners compared to other people. I'm somebody who takes it a little bit easier than what I think you probably should, but that's just how I drive on these tracks. I know some guys will throw caution into the wind and just be like, eh, whatever, who cares? What was I looking for? There we go. Cannot think to find his name. There it is. My old coaches, 1 point. Seeing Matt here. Actually, Rod is getting caught by Miltfelt here just a little bit. I mean, Miltfelt's just about, he was 3/10 faster that lap. Let's see what he is this lap. And somebody just smacked the wall up there. I heard it. He was in front of him. I don't know who it was, but I definitely heard it somewhere. 69 is getting out of the way for Matt. You got Rick and Morty paint scheme. Pickle Rick on that car, it looks like. So yeah, Matt's put Riley 5 laps down, but again, Riley, he KO'd the wall earlier, so that's why he's got some damage on that car. No, we don't have to come down pit road for like a necessary stop, or look, if they even have to have one. Some guys can stretch it for a long time. I mean, a long, long time. Now these guys have 23 laps left. We'll take our first commercial break, actually. Ghost Racing Network now has merch. Go to grnmerch.com to browse our selections from stickers to custom-made by request hoodies and shirts. If you've ever wanted to support Ghost Racing Network outside of YouTube, here's your chance. Ghost Racing Network, for the scary side of iRacing. As we are back here. So we do see somebody down pit road. I need to lower that. There we go. I will go down a little bit. So Miltfelt is down. So let's see if Matt comes down. Yeah, if he will come down pit road. What that is, I need to look at this really quick. So this is roughly halfway through the race, and yeah, man, that's what I thought. I was expecting them to pit like this somewhat, not fully, but I definitely did see it happening. Count info, that's what I was looking for here. So I do expect this to, of course, it's going to cycle around to, yeah, let's say somebody's already used that name. There we go. So Scott comes down pit road. Actually, Scott may... No, I'm wrong on that. But Matt's probably going to get a bigger lead than what he had. You could maybe do fuel only at this point, too. But again, Matt's going to have a big lead over Scott. Well, he's not going to have... He's going to have probably about an 8-second one, if I had to guess, roughly. No, I'm actually wrong. Only... I thought that lead actually got smaller. Yeah, I think his lead got smaller on him. We'll do a lap on board here with everybody. Since there's only 9 people in the race, that'll get us down to lap now 9 of it. So, let me wait till they come around here. We will start that right now. as we were doing that, and then I had to cancel that because he actually went to the pits. I'm trying to, yeah, some guys aren't in the race. That's why I was so confused. I was like, why can't I see these guys having their location on the track? I know that was, we were on board with Widener. He spun, got to the bus stop a little bit too aggressively, and it just kind of stepped out on him. However, this gap that Patton has is, or that Matt has, is slowly grown over Scott at this moment, gotten a little bit bigger as the race has gone on. It did shorten up during the pit stop, so I was kind of confused by that. Might have been just a little bit easier going down there than other people since he had a lead. Yeah, Charlie was the one that spun around. We'll actually go back and look at what happened to him. Yeah, you can see him, he missed, he just started skating across, and I thought I fixed that. I'm going to see if I can get this fixed again. Because this should be fixed. Evidently, it's not wanting to fix itself. Oh, that's the sound. I'm not very smart. Put it in the wrong one here. There we go. Now it should be fixed. I was using the completely wrong one. Watching Matt here again. Looks like that's actually gone a little bit down now. He's a little bit faster. Yeah, Jack never joined. I'm confused why he put that in there and didn't join. However, it could just be a call of his own doing that, so there's nothing against that either. 15 updates available. Good lord. Surprised none of those updated on their own. I'll tell it to go update right now then. Matt's, he's kept a pretty distant, or not distant, pretty good lead so far. I'm not even going to say it because it'll happen. And I know as soon as I open my mouth, it'll happen. So I'm just not even going to say anything. Because I don't want to jinx him. So I'll just shut up here. I don't have a habit of jinxing people, but I do kind of have somewhat of a habit of, well, I would say jinxing. Cursing, it wouldn't be the right word either. That gap did go down a little bit. Scott was 4/10 faster that last lap, and Riley has just crashed going to the bus stop. See what happened here with him. Probably gets in there, locks it up, tries to downshift, and turns in, and it steps out on him. Hit the I don't know what happened. It might have hit the grass there. Tried to keep it rolling, came back up, probably tried to throttle it. Yep, and he goes right straight, almost into the wall. There we go. Now it's sized right. Trying to put that into the wrong one there for a minute. Don't see Matt really making any mistakes here. And Weaver, he's still on track. He's had a rough race. He hit the wall earlier and KO'd his right front. He's got some damage on it still. I don't know if he's got it fixed or if that's just damage from hitting it again. He very well may have hit it again, and that's not a knock on him. Just guys will nick the wall every now and then. It just kind of kills the car. It makes it hard to turn from that point on. We will go on, looks like one more commercial break here. Actually, we'll wait for that. Blundell has apparently crashed at one point too. What happened with him? Blundell gets into the corner and just off oh, he's lucky that he didn't overcorrect it. He actually did overcorrect it, but steering sensitive, and these next gens just barely taps it. These next gens have really snappy steering, and he's very lucky he did not just destroy the wall with what happened there. He was headed for it. He was definitely heading for it. But we will do that right now, as I was about to do it and went back and looked at that incident that we had there. Ghost Racing Network now has merch. Go to grnmerch.com to browse our selections from stickers to custom-made by request hoodies and shirts. If you've ever wanted to support Ghost Racing Network outside of YouTube, here's your chance. Ghost Racing Network, or the scary side of iRacing. As you see, we are back here, 4 laps to go. Matt's lead has shrunken a little bit, but stayed relatively the same. He's not done bad at all. So Rod told me to play Freebird. I can't because it's copyrighted. We're not to get copyright strike. Even though the whole band's dead. Looking at Matt here, I still like that paint scheme a lot. Rod's closed it a little. Oh, not Rod. Matt or Scott's closed it a little bit now. He's cut off a second here. I mean, there's 3 laps left, but about to be 2. But he's shaving off time here. I want to see how fast is he compared to. There's 2 laps left. Blundell has wrecked apparently. I think we saw him already. We'll go back live. I didn't think Scott would shave off that time, but he has. As you can create AI. Saying we'll see the white flag come out here for Matt. One more time around, Scott, unless Matt messes up. I don't see him losing this race. I'm gonna go through the bus stop here. Probably fly through it, get out of there. Scott trying to shave off as much time as possible, but again, I think it's gonna be too short, too late. He's going to have one more corner here, and he will come off of the X. I believe this is turn 12. And come home with the win here tonight. Matt first, Scott second, Rod third. Watch him do his burnout here. wait for him to do his brown. He's gonna have to go all the way around back to the start finish line. So as we will pull the top 3 in for a interview. So let me start with Rod Mitten. Hey Rod, this is Bryce in the booth. Have a copy, man.
Hey, Bryce.
Man, so you come home third. No, how did the race go for you overall, though? Because it seemed like you were pretty much just like it seems like everybody after lap 1 just kind of stayed in that position the whole entire race that they had.
Yeah, I'm sure it was a snoozer for the fans watching, but kind of exactly how we expected. Me and Matt had practiced lots of laps here at Watkins Glen over the last, honestly, 3 or 4 weeks. We had the turkey trot over there at Thunderclap where we got a lot of practice in. So we kind of knew what we had coming in. We knew Matt was going to be really fast, and I knew that I should at least be able to have a top 5, top 4 car. Being able to bring home a podium was pretty good for our team. I think something to build on moving forward with road courses, something that we haven't really been strong on for the most part. But overall, just glad to get a third place finish.
And so, how hard is it driving these road courses in these next gen cars, especially with the snappy steering and the different gearbox that you've been driving the whole entire race, or the
For
whole
me
entire season?
personally, these are my favorite cars on the road course here. The Xfinity cars and trucks just don't seem to have as much mechanical grip as these cars do. They can be loose the first couple laps once the tires wear in. Don't know if you noticed, but we don't take tires in these, so you just kind of run the tires you get, and they don't fall off too much. I think we lost about a second from the start to the end of the race, but I don't think that was tires. Maybe more just track changing. Yeah, overall these cars drive fine.
Well, before I let you go, is there anybody you want to thank? Any sponsors you want to shout out? Maybe been watching the stream here tonight.
Yeah, just thanks to SimRap Market jumping on sponsoring the stream tonight. I always appreciate them. Cool to get some of their, actually all 3 of the podium cars were cars purchased from simrapmarket.com. So cool to see their cars up there representing tonight.
All right, man. Well, I will let you go. Good third place finish tonight, though, man.
Thank you, Brace.
Bringing the second place driver in Scott Patton. Hey, Scott, this is Bryce in the booth. Have a copy, man.
Hey, I got you, Bryce. What's going on?
Man, so you come home second. You fall just a little bit short there, but no, you and Matt were pretty even the whole entire race. What do you think needed to happen there for you to come home with the win? Because you and him, again, were running pretty much similar lap times the whole entire time.
Yeah, he had me for sure. We were just chatting about it down there. Hats off to Matt for winning that one straight up. In practice, we were within a tenth. I think we were within a tenth of each other in qualifying, and I kind of went into the race with the mentality of, well, I'll be able to get him on the long run in the race, right? Because I'll be able to run the fast laps, what I thought would be more consistently than he could. But he definitely proved me wrong on that one, and just pulled away right out the gate, and got me kind of all discombobulated trying to figure out what I could do different. And then, from a racer strategy, the best thing he could do is kind of keep that pressure on to force me to do something different than what I'm comfortable doing. And that's exactly what he did. And that's exactly what I think allowed him to stay out front with me, trying to figure out what I could do differently. So hats off to Matt for sure.
Yeah, so how different are these cars compared to what you guys have driven this season? Because, I mean, again, we're changing up every 2 weeks, but are these cars really different than the other cars you've driven so far?
Yeah, the next gen is probably my least favorite. I just don't have that much experience on them. I know a lot of people have a lot more experience, especially with the fifth gear and whatnot. Just the way the brakes work is somewhat different. So those Gen 6 cars that we had last week, that's probably what I'm most comfortable in. It just feels a whole lot more predictable to me and manageable, where I can move around the racetrack and comfortably and maneuver the car the way I need to. This one I know what to do for my fast lap, but if I have to do something different or I have to move out around traffic or whatnot, to me it's not as predictable, or I'm not exactly sure as confidently what the car's going to do. So a little bit out of my comfort zone with this car for sure.
All right, man. Well, before I let you go, is there anybody you want to thank? Any sponsors you want to shout out that may have been watching the stream here tonight?
Sure. Why don't we give a shout out to the New England Racing Museum on the hood here this week, as well as Stone River Outfitters for all your fly tying fishing needs. If there's any fly fishermen out there, check them out at stoneriveroutfitters.com. It's a good, nice store here and up in New Hampshire that a buddy of mine owns. They ship everywhere in the U.S. as well, so check them out at stoneriveroutfitters.com. As well as SimWrap Market. I know we didn't pull out the checkered flag this week, but we did pick up a wrap from them this week to put on this next-gen car. So hats off to them. They make some super sharp wraps at simwrapmarket.com. Super easy to manipulate, change colors, change styles, change textures, all that stuff to kind of give it your own twist. So I put this together in probably 6 minutes flat. Probably the fastest paint scheme I've ever put together. So hats off to those guys over there.
All right, man. Well, I will let you go, but good job tonight with the second place finish, man.
I appreciate it, Bryce. Appreciate all the work on the broadcast too.
Scott Patton, the second place driver. We'll bring in the race winner, and Matt Rodilioso. Hey, Matt, this is Bryce in the booth. Have a copy, man.
I got you, bud. How you doing?
Man, so you led from pretty much the start to the finish. Now, how did the race go for you overall, though?
It was pretty good. It's kind of what I wanted. I wanted to just to get out to an early lead and just hold, stay the course, just go as fast as I needed to. That's kind of what I did. I lost a little more time than I wanted to on that pit stop, but like I said, once I kind of got back out to that 5-ish second lead, I just wanted to go as fast as I needed to and not force the issue anywhere and force myself into a mistake. So, pretty smooth race from the front to the back.
So how is this car different than the cars you all have ran this season? Because we're switching it up every 2 weeks, but no, do these cars suit you here at this track, or is it kind of just a car?
They do suit me. I'm probably at my better end of my scale in this car at road courses, so this is kind of my wheelhouse. So I was looking forward to this week for a while, looking to hopefully get a win and get some bonus points for the playoffs. So, but yeah, it drives for me. It just does what I wanted to do. The car does, where some of the other cars it's a little more of a fight at times. But road courses are probably what I'm better at anyway. So it's kind of like I said, it kind of right in my wheelhouse.
So I'm trying to think of something. So, were you worried about Scott catching you? Because you and him were running pretty similar lap times the whole entire race. I mean, it was about like tenths apart whenever there was a difference.
Yeah, I was a little concerned because the track slowed down quite a bit from practice. So in qualifying to the race, I was talking about it with Scott just a couple minutes ago, and the track just didn't quite have the speed in it. And the first run, at least especially the first 10 laps, I wasn't sure if it was just me or if it was the track. And I thought once I got out to a little bit of a lead, I wasn't sure if Scott would start reeling me back in, running a little bit quicker lap times. But we never really got into the 11s. The fastest lap was I ran a 112 flat. So we never got into the 11s, which me and Scott, our qualifying times were in the 11s. So I was worried for a little bit there. But once we got into the race, I knew, like I said, I just needed to run as fast as I needed to have him not catch me. I think he made up a little time at the end there, but I was really just didn't want to make a mistake.
All right, man. Well, before I let you go, is there anybody you want to thank? Any sponsors you want to shout out that may have been watching the stream here tonight?
Yeah, absolutely. Shout out to SimWrap Market for being our premier sponsor. Always nice to shout them out, and great to have them on board for the whole season here. Shout out to Scott for running a second great race for him and my teammates Rod Mitten and Pat Blundell. I think they both Rod got third and Pat ran a pretty good race. So pretty good night all around.
All right, man. Well, I will let you go, but good job today, man.
Thanks, man. I appreciate you. Thanks for doing the broadcast as well. Appreciate you.
That was Matt Rodilioso, the race winner. I will go over the finishing order here now. Matt Rodilioso first, Scott Patton second, Rod Mitten third, Michael Miltfelt fourth, Bill Paradise fifth, sixth, Patrick Blundell seventh, Justin Blackburn eighth, Riley Weaver ninth, Charlie Widener. Jack Watts, I won't really count him as a driver because he wasn't here really the whole entire race, so we'll leave him out. But I'm not going to keep you all here any longer, so I will let you all go.